Welcome back to the afternoon shift. Oak Summit Golf Course. It's a beautiful piece of property in Rochester, Minnesota. But unfortunately, they had some damage done there this weekend. Officials at the golf course in Rochester are offering a $2,000 reward to find the person responsible for vandalism on the course that took place early Saturday morning. Paul, let's take a look at some of that. Look, here we go. Look at this.
Yeah, you can see, I mean, look at all of that damage. We're going to hear from the co-owner, Mitchell, soon, but you can just see what this looked like as Mitchell turned up and filmed this on
Look
Saturday.
at those tracks.
Just, that is some serious damage there from someone who's just decided to come on and, I don't know, do burnouts or something.
Yeah, that's really terrible. And I'm not going to claim to know how to maintain a fairway or maintain a green, but I know that takes a lot of work, and there's a lot of people behind the scenes making that golf course maintenance all happen. Oak Summit Golf Course, it's a beautiful 18-hole public course, and right now we're going to be joined by the co-owner of Oak Summit, Mitchell DeCook. Mitchell, welcome to the afternoon shift. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
There it is, Mitchell, right behind you. That's the damage that was done. Can you just tell us more about what you know that happened this weekend?
We don't know enough yet, but we know that it was a truck that came by about 1 o'clock in the morning. We have it on surveillance, turning around and then driving out onto the course. And but unfortunately, it was kind of black and white footage, so it was a little tough to get a exact make on the vehicle and all that information. So
yeah, I see your colleague there behind you, and he's looks like he's sodding up some of those tracks that's left there. Is this the beginning of sort of the rehabilitation process for that grass that got damaged?
Yeah, absolutely. We have to cut that out of our nursery green. Luckily, we have one to do that too. And then, we cut it out and replace all the sod. And then there's kind of a process to get it all back and level and playable again. So.
Yeah, and what does that process look like? Like, listen, it's a beautiful week that we have here, and the timing of all this is just really terrible because obviously the golf window here in the state of Minnesota, it's, as you know, it's not that wide. You really got to capitalize on days like today, and the rest of this week looks to be completely gorgeous. Are you guys just shut down pretty much for the rest of the week?
No, we're actually open. Open and encouraging people to come out golfing. The front third of the green is actually pretty much undamaged, so we just moved the pin up there for now, and that's and pretty playable still. And if you hit past into where we're sodding, you just move your ball a little closer, I guess is what we've kind of been telling people.
Can you just talk about Oak Summit? I read this is a family-owned facility since 1992. It's been in the DeCook family. What does this course mean to you? I mean, this is pretty much like your baby, no?
Yeah, it's kind of my bread and butter, I guess, out here. You know, it's something my dad built and opened in '92, and I grew up working here, and my family did as well. And we purchased it from him about 4 years ago when he was kind of ready to get out of it, and so. Yeah, it's something you do every day and spend a lot of time looking at these greens and making sure they're as nice as they can be for the customers. And so a little heartbreaking to see that happen.
Yeah. How much would you estimate the damage that was done there? And if you gave a ballpark range?
11,500 ish. You know, that's kind of where we're gonna be, right around there on it. So yeah, it's kind of hard to put a number on because it's a lot of impressions, you know, what people think of a golf course. And the first thing they're going to look at is the quality of the greens. And if you have to putt across big tracks across your green, it's not very, as a golfer, it's not very fun.
Yeah.
So, we'll get it whipped into shape. We've been working hard on it since it happened. And it's just a matter of time. Luckily, we still have some warm weather so it can grow in. Mm-hmm. That's a big help for us. And we'll put some fertilizer on it and plenty of water and get her going.
Yeah, and you mentioned this all happened early in the morning on Saturday. Obviously, Saturday must have been a huge day of golf for business for you all. Not only was the weather great, the interest in golf was on the international stage this week with the Ryder Cup. When you showed up to work on Saturday, what was your first reaction when you saw the damage that was done, and did you all stay open on Saturday?
Yeah, we stayed open. I actually put a temporary flag out there with about a 6-foot painted circle around it that people played to, just about 75 yards short of the green, and that seemed to work out pretty good. I mean, everybody is pretty understanding, and that allowed law enforcement to kind of do their do their investigation on it, collect all the evidence, and I just didn't want to tamper with that. So as soon as they were gone, I cleared it up and moved the pin out of there and got it back into shape to where you could at least play it to the green.
Yeah, let's talk about the law enforcement investigation. They came Saturday morning. What did they tell you? And if anybody out there, maybe they have some tips or whatever, where can they go report that?
They can report it to the Olmsted County Sheriff's Department, or they could just call the golf course. That number is 507-259-1808 or 252-1808. Sorry, I'm getting confused with my own number.
Yeah.
So this Oak Summit Golf Course, they can call the clubhouse and let us know what they know. And we do have some tips rolling in, and it's, it takes a little time to go investigate all those. And so I'm hopeful we'll find out who did this. And, we just want to get them stopped before they do it to us again or somebody else,
Yeah. I know it's been a tough 2025 for you all. I heard that you told my colleague Paul there was a plane crash that happened on your golf course earlier this calendar year. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah. So I live on the property, and one night I just put the kids to bed, look out the window, and here comes a little plane across, and just dead silent. And I didn't really know what it was because it was dark out, and you could just kind of see the lights, and it crashed like a couple hundred yards from my house, right behind the third tee box, and heard it crash, and I kind of knew what it was, and ran out there and got the pilot out of there, and luckily he was able to walk away from it. And so yeah, crazy deal. You never know what you're gonna see out here.
Yeah. Oak Summit Golf Course in Rochester. When do you expect that you guys will kind of be back at full service? And you think that time frame will coincide with some golfing weather in the remaining days that we have here of this calendar year?
Yeah, I mean this will be taken care of pretty much and pretty playable here in the next couple days. We'll get it ironed out, and it'll take time for it to recover to where you can't notice it, but we're working hard on it, and we'll get it whipped into shape.
Yeah, I feel for you, Mitchell, and everybody here at the afternoon shift feels for you too. I understand there is some sort of a reward or some sort of stipend for for anybody that may have any more information that leads to finding out who did this. What exactly is that?
Well, we're putting up $2,000 to whoever turns in the person that did this, and just try to get some more tips rolling in, I guess. And I think we have another member that threw another 1,000 on it. I'm not 100% positive on that. He just posted it on our Facebook, so probably not going to guarantee that part of it, but so possibly $3,000.
That the course is putting up just to figure out exactly who did this and why they did it.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Mitchell DeCook.
Can I jump in? I
Yes.
have a quick question. What can you tell us about people who might be, looking to, tips? Are you able to talk to us about the type of vehicle, what you did see on the security vision?
Yeah, we know it's a pickup truck, and apart from that, we don't really know a whole lot about it. There was a chunk of rust that fell off of it that had some gray paint on it, so more than likely along the bottom it's gray or primered or something. Maybe the whole truck's gray. I don't really know. So that's kind of the only clue. There was some other chunks of mud and stuff that fell off the truck that wasn't from our golf course, and it had a trailer hitch on it that was digging into the ground as it'd go through the ditch, and some tow hooks on the front. You can see where they kind of ran through the ground as well, and have some idea of the tire tread, but it's going to probably we're kind of more just relying on somebody turning them in at this point, or whoever it was.
Someone's going to mention it to someone and be like, "Oh, that sounds a lot like your truck."
Yeah, exactly. So we just don't know exactly. I wish it was a little closer to our cameras where we could have got a better description of the vehicle. But some of the neighbors have security cameras they're reviewing, and we have the time, so that helps a lot, and a rough idea of the vehicle, so we can. The rust on it puts an age to the vehicle. It's a rusty one, so it's been around for a while.
Yeah. Mitchell, actually, when we were chatting earlier, you showed me a little bit around what's taking place with sort of replacing the turf. It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Do you mind just talking it through for our viewers who might not understand, like, where do you even begin with fixing this? If you can talk us through, it was quite fascinating before.
Yeah. So this is, you have to hand cut all the sod on these bent greens. So this is kind of how that goes. You got to push this sod cutter through the green by hand, which is easier said than done. It's a pretty tough job. And then so we'll cut all that out, and then we grab all these. This is all the sod where we've cut out of here that's damaged, and you kind of see that. So then we have a nursery green that we cut the other sod out of, but it's a pretty precise process.
Yeah.
Getting it actually back in and mated to the surface exactly. You're mowing this grass of 135 thousandths of an inch, so you can see here some of the stuff we've replaced here, and it's blending in pretty good.
Yeah.
It's kind of a it's definitely a process. I'll take you over here to see more of it. That's kind of where we stop cutting out there, and then around here, and then we'll go through and we'll add top dressing to it after we roll it in, and get that exact again. But you have a problem, the grain of the grass, which a lot of people don't understand unless they're a good golfer. You have that affects your putting, and you're at a golf course, you want consistency in all of your greens. So you start replacing sod. You have to make sure you get the grain laying right with the grass, and it's not the same. It's the same variety of grass, but it was growing in a slightly different environment. So it won't match exactly right away, but eventually you won't be able to tell, but it'll take a while before it's all completely erased,
Mitchell, I'm so sorry to hear about all this. And like I said, you're the co-owner of this. It's a family-run business. It's been in the family for 33 years. And just to have somebody do this and to wake up to that, I know it must be heart-wrenching, and especially right now where we're so fortunate to have such great weather, and to be, it's great that you all are open, but to be hindered by this is not something that you want. Really happy that you're making the most of it. And like I said, one more time, where can people go to if maybe they have some more information on this?
The Olmsted County Sheriff's Department, or just call Oak Summit Golf Course and let us know, and we'll pass that information along or look at it ourselves, and we'll go from there, I guess.
Absolutely. Mitchell,
I really appreciate all the help from all the local law enforcement and all the people giving us tips and taking the time to look at it. I know there's a lot of people that really want to, get this stopped, get it figured out, who did it. And everybody's been asking me why. Well, I don't know. Hopefully we can catch the person and ask them,
No doubt. Mitchell DeCook, the co-owner of Oak Summit Golf Course in Rochester, Minnesota. Mitchell, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thanks.